And in this video, I'd like to do one machine on the Vulnhub, which is Rudra. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine if you want. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So enough said, let's just get started. We can switch into the Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be net discover. Net discover and use option of I to specify the interface to send packets to discover the IP address. And the use option of the R to specify the network range to speed up the discovery process. As you can see over here, the IP address of target could be identified as 159. And then what we are going to do next, we need to do the port scanning with a map. To save time, I've already done that earlier, so for now we just get out the result of this port scanning or a map scanning. As you can see over here, I use the option like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the comprehensive scan or full range port scan. The last option for all is ON, uppercase N, to output the result into this file. So from the map scanning, we can tell that the target has several open ports. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service and also the version information. This version, I believe we cannot find any vulnerability. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information, which is Apache 2. And the next RPC I mentioned in the other video. In most cases, we do not need to pay attention to the RPC bind service. And the next several open port number are used by the NFS or network file sharing service. So what are we going to do next? We need to do enumeration with the NFS service, because just I stated in the other videos, if you have already followed my channel, if the target has a file sharing service running, for example, like FTP service, like NFS, like Samba, such a service should become the first choice to enumerate. This case should be the NFS. So the utility I'd like to use to enumerate would be the show amount, and followed by the IP address of the target. Press enter. So got one entry in the export list for this target. Next, we need to mount this remote share on our local mounting point. First of all, we need to create the directory, which will be acting as a mounting point. Next, we can use sudo mount, and the type should be NFS, and the IP address of the target, the home Chevy, and we want to mount on the share directory. Let me check. It's okay. Now we can go into this directory. Nothing there, right? Nothing there. And so maybe could we upload the file? For example, we can touch, maybe we can use sudo touch test to like test.txt. Permission denied, so that we cannot create a file. Can we maybe can we copy? So we can, for example, echo great test, and then we can sudo copy test share. no problem, right? We can go inside this directory. So now it's there. It means that we can upload the file onto the remote shell, okay? And now we can exit. We need to do more enumeration, cat and map. We need to do the enumeration with HTTP service, both manually and automatically. Let's pull up the browser and we can put the IP address of the target. Press enter. The destroy. Open the third eye. There's some pictures, and also we can check whether we can find something in the source code. However, nothing there. Next, we need to check whether this side has robots file. Has one, and maybe we can note it down to our notebook, and we can access this file. However, nothing returns. Next, we can use Nicto to do the enumeration. Nicto can give us rich information about the web application, for example, like version information, header information, and also can enumerate out some common files or directories, as you can see over here. Image. Maybe we can access this directory. There's some pictures, but I don't think we can find anything interesting from those pictures or those images, okay? If you want, you can download all of the pictures onto the Kali Linux, and then we can use like steganography tools to analyze whether there is anything inside those pictures, okay? I'm not going to do that. Next, we can use GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. Here, word list, GoBuster, directory, extension option, press enter. And GoBuster can identify or discover another directory assets. We can access this directory. Just some CSS, fonts, and JS. I'm not going to move into these directories. In most cases, we cannot find anything important from there, okay? And we just let it finish. All right, I don't think we can find anything else, so I just interrupt it here. So I think we have already done almost everything what we can with the HTTP service. I mean, enumerating the web application. It's time to go back to the browser to make manual enumeration further, okay? So now we can, this one, because earlier we have already found this entry in the robots file, and we need to access this file. Nothing returned or empty response. So maybe there's some, we need to pass some parameter in the URL. To do that or to find such a parameter name, we need to use fuzzy tools. Okay, so now we can use fuzzy tool with option of U. We can copy the entire URL and paste it in here, and we can use like a fuzz etc password file attack, and now we can use the word list. You can use other word list if you want. Let's press enter. Okay, a lot of output. So I think we need to specify the filter. For example, we can copy this command and paste in here, and the HW, the 0. So we can press enter to see whether we can find the parameter name, and then we can, okay, very quick, found the payload file, and then we can access. Maybe we can use the Q command. We can copy. Sorry about this, and we can paste. Oh, what I'm doing, and not this one. Q, and we can copy this URL, and then followed by the file etc passwords. As you can see, we can retrieve the password file on the target. And as you can see, there's some normal users like Rudra Mahakael. I don't know how to pronounce it. And then this one. So maybe we can copy those usernames. And not this one. Should be. And the next one should be Chevy. We have already know that from the NFS enumeration, right? So far, we have already discovered that the target has LFI or local file inclusion vulnerability. The next question would be how to exploit such vulnerability. I'd like to showcase the methodologies. Okay, for example, we can use Q, and we can put the IP address, landy, PHP, and the file. We want to know whether we can retrieve the private key. For example, the first one, Rudra, SSH, and the private key, nothing there. And we can copy the command to try to retrieve another user. Okay, and also we want to, not this one, why? What I'm typing. So this one should be Chevy. Of course, we have already know that this user doesn't have private key during the stage of the NFS enumeration. So next we can try to access the log file. For example, var log, author log, nothing returned. And also we can try to retrieve the access log of the Apache 2. Apache 2 access log, nothing returned as well. So what we are going to do next, because just now we know that we can upload the file onto the target through NFS. So maybe we can combine these two things. First one is LFI or local file inclusion vulnerability, and second is misconfiguration of the NFS, which allow us to upload the file. Okay, so maybe we can, we can copy. I've already got this PHP reverse shell file ready. So now, of course, I need to make sure the IP address of the attacking machine is correct. So now we can sudo copy shell to the shell directory. No error. So now we can, of course, we need to set up the listener first. And Now we can access this file. The user should be this one. We can copy, and of course we need to make it executable, otherwise this file cannot be executed properly. Very important. We need to sudo change mode, share no error, and then we need to go back to the browser, share php, press enter. It seems that this file is working, and now we can, as you can see, we got the reverse shell originated from the target, and we can spawn the bash session. Python 2 is not there. How about Python 3? Python 3 is there. Then we can import pty module as always. Next, we need to do some local enumeration. We can go to home directory of each user. Nothing there. Draw. Nothing there. Go to the, of course, and then we can go to the opt directory, var, and also we can go to the www directory, html, and nothing there. So maybe we need to upload the Nimpier shell script to do the automatic enumeration. Let me open up a new tab and the desktop. We can, of course, I've already got this script ready. So for now, we just set up the web server on the Kali Linux to upload this script or this file onto the target. And then we can use wget. So should be the IP address of the target, of non-target Kali Linux. And we need to make it executable. And then we can run this shell script. All right, it's done. We can scroll back to find the vector which allow us to elevate our privilege, like capabilities, SUID, binary, no loot, squash, but I think in this case, this cannot help us very much. Or MySQL connection using, we do not need to give the passwords to log into the MySQL database management system. Now the active pause, Chrome job information, some local exploits, but I don't like to exploit these local exploits anyway. In this, also the version sudo is a bit old. All right, maybe we can access or connect to the database because we do not need to use any password. And then we can show databases. Then we can show tables, hint. So we can select from hint table. check on media file system. So this should be the hint left by the author. We need to check on media file system. All right, let me follow the hint. Okay, so we can navigate to media directory. We got the hints. So hints, this one, hacking articles, Clockify factory, a data exfiltration to use text-based steganography. We can open link. Of course, I've already opened up this one. And if you want, you can go through this article. But I didn't use it very much. Anyway, we just follow the steps to install this utility, Clocky Factory. And also there is creds. So maybe, so basically this utility is some sort of the steganography or encryption or decryption utility. And we can use this Python script or utility to decode the creds. So how to do? Maybe first of all, we need to download this file onto the Kali Linux. So how to? I'd like to show you one way. We can use netcat. We can navigate to our working directory. We can set up another listener with different port number. And when the listener receives data from the target, and we'll save the data into the file. Okay, now we can go back. Here we can use the cat creds and tunnel to the netcat 66. Okay, press enter. Now we go back. As you can see, we got a collection from the target and also can receive the data from the target. And then we can stop this listener and we can cut out this file, some emoji, right? So we can use this Clockify to decrypt, and I've already cloned this utility from the GitHub. So now we can go into the Clockify, and then we can use, of course, this should be using Python 2 rather than Python 3. So we can use Clockify factory, press enter, and we can select the second option, declockify a file. And the file name to declock file should be the creds, what we just downloaded from the target, and save declock data. We can use like, for example, declock. Okay, preview, no, and I think we can select the cipher because we know the cipher is emoji, and we can choose the last one. Press continue, and then we can exit, and then we can cut out this file. Actually, this should be the password or credentials for another user, and we can note it down onto our notebook. Then we can connect to the target via SSH, and we can copy the password from here. We can copy and paste in here, no problem. And then we can do the local enumeration to make privilege escalation. And also we can check whether user can run sudo. Sorry about this. And we can paste in here. We can run this command, although this command cannot give us the root privilege. However, this can make the lateral movement. However, as you know, earlier we have already found the sudo. The version is a bit old, and this old version or prior to specific version is vulnerable to this one. I've already opened up this one. Prior to this version, we have this security bypass vulnerability, and the exploit way is very easy. We just use this option, the U and the pound and the -1. Okay, and however, how to utilize the command watch to make privilege escalation? We can put watch sudo, and we can copy this entire command. So now we can go back, we can use sudo and followed by the pound, and we can paste in here. As you can see, we are successful. Now we can navigate to root directory, and then we can retrieve or get the final flag. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.